Here are 10 surprising reasons you could lose your California driver's license in 2026. Did you know that over 500,000 Californians had their driver's licenses suspended last year? And surprisingly, not just for driving under the influence or major traffic violations. Shockingly, many of them lost their right to drive over seemingly minor issues like missing a court date, forgetting to renew their license, or even having outdated car insurance. A quiet storm is brewing within California's traffic laws, and most drivers remain completely unaware they are at risk until it becomes too late. A new California law has just taken effect, and it is fundamentally reshaping everything we thought we understood about road safety and driving rights. The rules have become stricter, enforcement has grown smarter, and the consequences have become far more severe. You could be doing everything correctly behind the wheel but still lose your license without any warning. And no, this is not fear-mongering or exaggeration. These changes are absolutely real, and they are already affecting drivers throughout the state. So what exactly is putting your license in jeopardy? Stay with me, because in this discussion we are breaking down 10 surprising reasons that could cost you your license in 2026. Some of these you have probably never even considered before. Reason 1: the point system has been completely revamped. Think a couple of speeding tickets are no big deal. Think again. California just overhauled its driver point system, and under the new law, points now accumulate faster than ever before. Even small violations like rolling through a stop sign or making an improper turn can quickly snowball into a suspended license. Previously, you had somewhat more breathing room. A few minor infractions might not have hurt you too badly. But now, with automated tracking systems and tighter DMV reporting mechanisms, every single violation counts and gets recorded. If you rack up just 4 points within 12 months, you are now officially considered a negligent operator. That label can trigger a warning letter or worse, a suspension notice before you even realize how close you are to crossing that line. The scary part is that many drivers are not even aware of how many points currently sit on their record. And by the time they find out, it has already become too late. A basic traffic ticket adds 1 point to your record. A cell phone violation adds another point. 2 or 3 of these within a single year, and you are already halfway to losing your driving privileges entirely. Here is how to protect yourself. First, check your driving record regularly on the DMV website. It is quick and free to access. Second, consider attending traffic school when eligible. It can wipe points off your record and give you a clean slate. Finally, drive smarter. Avoid aggressive driving behaviors, come to complete stops at every sign, and always signal your intentions. Because now, even the tiniest mistake could come with a huge cost. This is not about scaring you unnecessarily. It is about keeping you informed. Because in this new system, what you do not know can genuinely hurt you and your license. Reason 2: AI traffic surveillance is watching everything. If you still think traffic enforcement is all about police officers standing roadside with radar guns, you are living in the past. These smart systems use high-resolution cameras, sensors, and artificial intelligence to detect violations in real time. Speeding, rolling through stop signs, illegal turns, lane misuse, and even distracted driving can now be flagged automatically, sometimes without any police officer being physically present. In many areas, tickets are generated, reviewed, and mailed straight to your home. No flashing lights, no roadside conversation, just a fine arriving by mail, and often points added to your license. What makes this especially dangerous is how precise these systems have become. AI can track patterns, not just isolated mistakes. If it notices repeated behavior, like frequently driving over the speed limit on the same road, it builds a digital profile on you. Over time, those small violations can pile up faster than drivers expect, pushing them closer to suspension without a single face-to-face warning from law enforcement. Even worse, many drivers relax their attention in areas they believe are safe, like residential streets, school zones after hours, or quiet intersections. But AI surveillance thrives in exactly these locations. And once a violation is recorded digitally, arguing against it becomes much harder because the evidence is visual and timestamped. So what can you do to protect yourself? First, assume you are always being watched, because you probably are. Second, slow down in zones you normally rush through without thinking. Third, eliminate casual habits like touching your phone at red lights or rolling through stop signs. In the age of AI enforcement, those harmless shortcuts have now become license-threatening mistakes. This new system is not about pulling drivers over anymore. It is about silently building a case against you, and most people will not realize they are in trouble until the official letter arrives in their mailbox. Reason 3: Missed court dates trigger automatic suspension. Think missing a traffic court date is just a small inconvenience you can fix later. Not anymore. Under California's updated regulations, failing to appear in court for even a minor traffic violation can trigger an automatic driver's license suspension. And in some cases, it happens without any additional notice being sent to you. Here is how it works. Let's say you receive a ticket, maybe for speeding or an expired registration. You plan to contest it or ask for an extension, but life gets busy. You forget the date or assume you can deal with it later when things calm down. In the past, you might have received a few warnings or reminder notices, but now the DMV can immediately suspend your license once the court notifies them that you failed to appear. You will not get a phone call or a friendly reminder. You will find out when you get pulled over, and the officer informs you that you have been driving on a suspended license. Even worse, this suspension can create a domino effect of problems. If you keep driving without realizing your license has been suspended, you could face heavier fines, vehicle impoundment, and even criminal charges in repeat cases. All of this stems from simply forgetting or missing a single court appearance. The scary truth is that many drivers do not even know their license has been suspended until it is too late. It is easy to assume, "I will take care of it later." But under the new system, later could mean losing your legal right to drive entirely. So here is what to do. Always check your court dates immediately after receiving any ticket. If you cannot make the scheduled appearance, file for an extension online or call the court clerk directly. Mark it on your calendar, set phone alerts, and treat it like a critical job interview because now missing it could genuinely cost you your license. Do not let one forgotten date derail your entire driving future. Reason 4: Texting penalties have increased dramatically. We have all done it. Glanced at a text message while stopped at a red light or quickly replied with a simple message. But under California's updated distracted driving laws, that quick glance could now cost you your license faster than ever before. Texting and driving has always been dangerous, but now it has officially become one of the fastest ways to rack up points on your driving record. Here is what has changed. In the past, a first-time cell phone violation might have resulted in a fine without much long-term impact on your record. But under the new law, a second offense within 36 months automatically adds a point to your license. And remember, stack up just 4 points in 12 months and you are at serious risk of suspension. Combine 2 texting violations with a speeding ticket and a minor collision, and that is all it takes to reach the threshold. What makes this even more alarming is how common these violations have become. Many drivers assume texting at a red light or using a GPS while moving slowly does not count as a violation. But the law does not care how fast you are going. If your phone is in your hand and you are behind the wheel, it counts as a violation. Period. Plus, AI surveillance systems and dash-mounted police cameras are catching more of these infractions in real time. The chance of getting away with it is shrinking rapidly. To stay safe and legal, start using hands-free mode exclusively. If you absolutely need to reply to a message, pull over safely first. Better yet, turn on Do Not Disturb mode while driving so you are not even tempted. Remember that any text message can wait. But the cost of getting caught could follow you for years. And under the new law, just a couple of taps on your phone could be all it takes to lose your license. Is it really worth the risk? Reason 5: real ID delays could affect your license status. Still have not upgraded to a real ID? You are not alone. But that delay could soon cost you more than just a missed flight opportunity. With California's new enforcement rules, putting off your real ID update might actually put your driver's license status at risk, especially if you are caught using outdated or incorrect identification. Here is what is happening. Starting May 2025, the federal Real ID requirement will go into full effect for air travel and federal building access. But California is tightening regulations earlier to push more residents to make the switch. If your license is up for renewal and you do not opt for the Real ID, you may find yourself flagged in the system or worse, unknowingly operating with a non-compliant license. Many people think, I do not fly much, so I do not need it. But here is the catch. Some agencies and employers are starting to require Real ID for background checks, job applications, and government services. If your regular license does not meet these standards, it could cause delays or raise questions about its validity. The DMV has also begun sending out targeted notices to drivers who have not upgraded yet, especially if their renewal is coming up. Ignore it and you could face complications with future renewals or even be listed as non-compliant in the DMV system. That may affect your insurance rates, car registration, and yes, even your legal driving status. What should you do? Simple. Check if your current license is Real ID compliant. It will have a gold star in the top right corner. If not, make an appointment at the DMV, bring the right documents, and get it done before your next renewal date. Do not wait until the deadline hits because by then, your delay might cost you a lot more than just time. Reason 6, driving without insurance means instant consequences. Think skipping a month of car insurance is no big deal. Under California's new enforcement system, it could now cost you your driver's license instantly. That is right. With upgraded digital tracking, driving without valid insurance, even for a short time, is no longer just a fine. It is now a fast track to suspension. Here is how it works. California has rolled out a real-time insurance verification system. This means the DMV and law enforcement can instantly check if your vehicle is currently insured. If there is a lapse, even if it is just a day or two, you could be flagged in the system. Get pulled over during that window and you are now facing not only a fine, but also the risk of having your license suspended and your car impounded on the spot. What makes this worse is that many drivers do not even realize they have had a coverage lapse. Maybe your payment failed, your policy expired, or you switched providers and did not finalize coverage. In the past, you might have had time to fix it, but under the new law, there is no grace period. The system is automated, and once it detects a lapse, it moves fast. And do not think you can just lay low. Even parked vehicles can be scanned by patrol cars using automatic license plate readers. If your car is uninsured, it will be flagged, even if you are not actively driving it. How can you protect yourself? First, set up automatic payments with your insurance provider to avoid missed payments. Second, always confirm coverage before switching plans. And finally, check your status with the DMV regularly. It only takes a few minutes online. In today's system, being uninsured is not just risky, it is downright dangerous. Do not let one forgotten payment turn into a legal nightmare. Your license and your freedom to drive depend on it. Reason 7, emissions violation alerts can cost you your license. Think your old car's exhaust is just a minor issue? In 2026, it could be a major reason you lose your license. California is cracking down harder than ever on vehicle emissions, and the new laws come with sharper penalties and real-time monitoring that is catching drivers off guard. Here is the deal. California already has some of the strictest emission standards in the country. But now the state is using automated emissions tracking with roadside sensors and smart systems that can instantly scan your vehicle's emissions as you drive by. If your car produces more pollution than allowed, you could get flagged without even knowing it. And it is not just about old clunkers anymore. If your car has modified exhaust systems, illegal engine upgrades, or even a poorly maintained catalytic converter, you are at risk. Once your vehicle is flagged, the DMV can issue a notice of non-compliance, which may lead to a suspended registration or worse, a hold on your license if you ignore the warnings. You also will not pass your smog test, which can spiral into other problems like being unable to renew your license or registration. And if you are caught driving a car with a suspended registration due to emissions violations, that is a legal offense with possible fines, points on your license, and even suspension. So how can you stay safe? Regularly maintain your vehicle, especially the exhaust and engine systems. If you have made aftermarket modifications, make sure they are California legal. And when your smog check is due, do not delay it. Failing to fix issues quickly can cause your vehicle to be red flagged in state systems. In short, that check engine light is not just a warning anymore. It could be a one-way ticket to losing your license. Reason 8, road rage crackdown is now statewide. We all get frustrated behind the wheel. Traffic jams, tailgaters, people cutting you off. But in 2026, letting your anger show while driving could cost you your license. California has officially launched a statewide crackdown on road rage, and the new laws are much tougher than most drivers realize. Under the updated rules, any aggressive behavior on the road, from honking excessively and tailgating to yelling at other drivers or making threatening gestures, can now be classified as reckless or dangerous driving. And with the help of dashcam footage, eyewitness reports, and even viral videos, law enforcement is cracking down harder than ever. You do not have to be pulled over on the spot. If someone reports your license plate and provides evidence, you could receive a notice later. And yes, it can lead to license suspension. Even more surprising, you do not have to break the speed limit or cause an accident. Just one road rage complaint, especially if it is backed by video or photos, can trigger a DMV investigation. Repeat incidents or serious threats can lead to your license being flagged, restricted, or even revoked. California officials say this push is about preventing escalating violence on the roads. In recent years, road rage-related accidents and assaults have surged, and the state is responding with zero tolerance. So how can you protect yourself? First, stay calm. If someone else drives aggressively, do not engage. Avoid eye contact, do not retaliate, and definitely do not get out of your car. Second, report aggressive drivers through official channels if you feel endangered, but do not take matters into your own hands. One emotional outburst behind the wheel might feel harmless in the moment, but under the new law, it could follow you for years. Do not let your temper take away your right to drive. Reason 9, DUI zero tolerance policy is now strictly enforced. Think you are okay to drive after just one drink? In 2026, that mindset could easily lead to losing your license on the spot. California has adopted a zero-tolerance approach to DUI offenses, especially targeting younger drivers and repeat offenders, and the consequences are now more immediate and unforgiving than ever. Here is what has changed. For drivers under 21, any measurable amount of alcohol in your system, even below the legal limit, can result in an automatic license suspension. For adults, the legal limit remains 0.08%. But new tools like on-the-spot saliva tests and AI-enhanced breathalyzers are making it harder to dodge DUI charges even if you feel totally fine. The law now allows for faster administrative action. That means if you are pulled over and fail a field sobriety or breath test, your license can be confiscated immediately and a temporary permit issued if at all. And if it is a second or third offense, you could be facing a multi-year suspension, mandatory ignition interlock devices, and even felony charges. But it does not stop at alcohol. The zero-tolerance policy now includes THC, prescription medications, and other substances that impair driving. If you are found with any impairing substance in your system, even if it is legal or prescribed, you are still at risk. How can you stay protected? The answer is simple. If there is any doubt, do not drive. Use rideshare services, call a friend, or wait it out. Also, Be mindful of how your body reacts. Even legal medications can impair your ability to drive safely. California's new DUI laws are not about punishing people. They are about saving lives. But the price of getting it wrong could be your license, your freedom, and your future. Do not take that chance. Not even once. Reason 10, missed renewal deadlines trigger immediate penalties. Think renewing your license a few days late is no big deal. In 2026, that small delay could mean big trouble. Under California's updated DMV enforcement rules, missing your license renewal deadline can now lead to immediate penalties and in some cases even automatic suspension of your driving privileges. Here is why. California has upgraded its DMV systems to flag expired licenses in real time. That means the moment your license passes its expiration date, it is not just inactive, it is illegal to use for driving. And the information is shared across law enforcement databases statewide. Get pulled over even one day after it expires and you could be ticketed, fined, or even have your vehicle towed. Even more concerning, if your license is tied to commercial driving, professional certifications, or state identification needs, a delay in renewal could affect your job, insurance, and legal status. Many drivers assume there is a grace period, but in most cases, there is not. Especially now that digital enforcement tools have removed the wiggle room. Some DMV notices still arrive by mail, but with address changes, missed emails, or simple forgetfulness, it is easy to let the deadline slip by. And in the new system, the DMV will not chase you down. It will just mark your license as expired and let the consequences roll in. What can you do? First, check your license expiration date today. It is printed right on the card. Second, set reminders at least 2 months in advance. You can renew online, by mail, or in person, but do not wait until the last minute. Also, if you have moved recently, make sure your address is up to date with the DMV. In this new era of strict enforcement, forgetting to renew your license is not just a hassle, it is a fast track to losing it. Conclusion: stay informed, stay protected. So now you know. Your California driver's license is more vulnerable than ever before. From stricter point systems and AI surveillance to overlooked court dates and real ID delays, these new laws are not just updates, they are game changers. And the worst part is that many drivers will not realize they are at risk until their license is already suspended. But here is the good news. Awareness is your best defense. By understanding these 10 new threats, you are already ahead of the curve. You now know what to watch out for, what habits to fix, and how to protect your legal right to drive. Because in 2026, it is no longer just about being a good driver. It is about being an informed one. So do not just walk away and forget this information. Take a few minutes today to check your license status, review your car insurance, and make sure your vehicle meets emission standards. Set reminders for renewals, and think twice before grabbing your phone at a red light or reacting in anger behind the wheel. A small mistake today could lead to a major consequence tomorrow. Drive safe, stay smart, and protect your license.